with our national anthem by the Nutmeg Fife and Drum Corps. Thank you very much. Welcome, everybody. Kathy and I. My name is Doug Hoyt. Kathy Cassidy, my co-coordinator here. We want to thank you for joining us here today as we celebrate the mission to remember the fallen, honor those that serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. We ask that to start the event, you'll please join us in a moment of silence to remember the fallen, prisoners of war. Testing. Those missing in action, and honor those who have served and are serving this great nation's armed services. Moment of silence, please. Thank you. This year, approximately 2.7 million wreaths are being placed at over 3,700 locations across the U.S. and 26 abroad. There are millions of Americans gathering as one nation to remember, honor, and teach. We're all proud to be Americans that live in a free society made up of many people from many walks of life. Freedoms we enjoy today have not come without a price. Lying here before us in cemeteries throughout this nation are men and women who gave their lives so that we can live in freedom without fear. We can worship as we see fit. We can raise our children to believe as we do. We are free to vote for the leaders of our choosing, and we have the right to succeed, and we have the right to fail at whatever endeavor we wish to pursue. The United States was founded on the ideals of freedom, justice, and equality. Our nation stands as a shining beacon of liberty and freedom to the world. We thank those who gave their lives to keep us free, and we shall not forget you. We shall remember. Today, more than ever, we reflect on our nation's veterans and active duty service members who have had and continue to fight to protect the innocent and oppressed. This nation has always been the first to stand up for the freedoms of people from around the world. Many of you today have answered that call and served our country well. For this, we say thank you, and we are honored to know you. There are many men and women serving today in all branches of the military, here at home and in places far away that most of us have never heard of. These men and women are part of the best trained, best equipped force in the world. We honor them and their families for their sacrifice that make each day to keep our country safe from terrorism, hatred, and injustice. This year, we've added an additional ceremonial wreath to honor the men and women currently serving the U.S. Space Force, along with those veterans who have served in roles helping to secure our national interests in space. Quoting our 40th United States President, Ronald Reagan, Freedom is never more than one generation away from extinction. We didn't pass it to our children in the bloodstream. It must be fought for, protected, and handed on to them to do the same. Or one day we will spend our sunset years telling our children and our children's children what it was like in the United States where men were free. Today we show a united front of gratitude and respect across the United States of America as we remember the fallen, honor those who serve and their families, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. Now we are going to present our ceremonial wreaths. I'm going to call one person at a time from each of the 8 branches. We'll have a wreath placed on one of the stanchions over here by the flagpole. Now, Jim will lay a wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Army. Now, Paul and Tan Patcham will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Marine Corps. And now, Brendan will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Navy. Now, Eric and Callie will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving in the United States Air Force. Now Chris will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of those who are serving in the United States Space Force. Now Sarah will lay a veteran's wreath in memory of those who have served and are serving the United States Coast Guard. Now Carl will give a veteran's wreath in memory of those who served and are serving in the United States Merchant Marines. And now Tom and Tara will lay a veteran's wreath in honor of the nearly 82,000 United States servicemen from all branches of service whose last known status was either prisoner of war or missing in action. These individuals have never returned to their families and homes. We shall not forget you. Thank you to each of our volunteers. It is said that a person dies twice, once when they physically pass, and again when their name is no longer said out loud. We encourage every volunteer here today who places a wreath on a veteran's grave to say that veteran's name aloud. Take a moment to thank them for their service to our country. This is a small act that goes a long way towards keeping the memory of our veterans alive. Remember, we are not here today to decorate graves. We are here to remember not their deaths, but their lives. Each wreath is a gift of appreciation from a grateful America. These live balsam fir wreaths symbolize our honor to those who have served and are serving in the armed forces of our great nation, and to their families who endure sacrifices every day on our behalf. To our children, we want you to understand that the freedoms you enjoy today have not been free, but have come with a cost that someday you may have to pay yourself. As a nation standing together, we can defeat terrorism, hatred, and injustice. Thanks to our veterans, we have the freedom to do just that. I'm going to give a moment to Rob BRULE, Waterford's first selectman, for a few.
Anytime they grab a binder, it's a little more than a minute. So I apologize in advance. Hey, good afternoon. It's an honor and a privilege to be here with all of you today. To our veterans and family members here, please know we love you, we appreciate you, and we thank you. Wreaths Across America ceremonies like this one here today at Jordan Cemetery in Waterford and across the country, like you just heard, provides us an opportunity to remember our fallen U.S. veterans, honor those who serve, and teach our children the value of freedom. All of you here today are part of a nationwide effort involving more than 3,400 locations across America, at sea and abroad. Where dedicated volunteers are placing millions of wreaths on the graves of our most decorated citizens, our veterans. Thank you for your service and the sacrifice you and your loved ones have made to keep America free and preserve our way of life. On behalf of the town of Waterford, I would like to personally acknowledge and thank the committee, Kathy Lewis Cassidy, Mike O'Connor and the group at Millstone, and countless other people, the Freedom Riders for sure, for being here today, who give so unselfishly to make today possible. This committee of dedicated citizens inspired generous support from our business community, inspired citizen participation, and helped tell the world that Waterford is a community that respects and appreciates its veterans and those who have paid the ultimate sacrifice to serve. It takes profound strength to wear our nation's uniform, our country's noblest calling as the defenders of liberty and democracy. Soldiers, sailors, airmen, and women, and Marines who have sacrificed so much, yet expected nothing more than a thank you in return. Our veterans offered their lives and made sacrifices for the sake of humanity. I promise you all here today, I will never forget our veterans. I will always respect those who served and their families. And I will always take the time to say thank you for your service. Today, more than ever, let us never forget that freedom has a price, and that today is a special day across this great country to remember those who have fallen, who have paid that price. Now, I was born and raised in this great town of Waterford, and from my earliest years, I've been surrounded by family and friends who are proud to serve in the military. My brother Jeffrey served in the Army during Gulf War I. My father, Robert, was a senior chief at the Coast Guard Academy. I want to take this moment just to thank them for their service to this amazing country. Today, my hope is that I can remind others that we have a great responsibility to uphold the legacy of our veterans. Wreaths across America honors our departed heroes, but it does even more. It tells the veterans still with us that we honor their service. It tells our men and women in uniform today that we are grateful and for their courage and devotion to duty. It tells the families of those serving our country that they are in our thoughts and prayers always. It tells the loved ones of the fallen that we share their grief and will remember. Finally, we pay tribute to those who have given us the most precious gift of all, our freedom. As I end my comments today, please know that the town of Waterford remains committed to honoring our men and women in uniform. We appreciate and respect those who make the sacrifice to serve our nation and honor our fallen heroes and family members here with us today. Thank you for the invitation to speak. May God bless our service members and their families. May God bless the town of Waterford, and may God bless the United States of America. Thank you.
Now I just have last few comments, specifically instructions on placing the wreath. So as you'll note, at the 12 o'clock position. Children may place the wreath, but must be accompanied by an adult to ensure the wreath is placed per the instructions I've just noted. For families that wish to place a wreath for a family, very much.